Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news by geeks like you. New to our show, we cover the Geek News Beat, and we share our opinions with the news. I'm your host, Chuck, and when we got Randy. Say what's up to people, Randy.
Yo, what's going on, Chuck? What are we talking about tonight?
First things up, your boy is back in the news again. James Gunn on Creature Commandos
Okay,
and killing Nazis in his new DC universe.
okay. I'm all right with that.
Question.
Go ahead.
Creature
Shoot.
Commandos is the first thing out of the new DCEU. Are you excited about it?
I am not very familiar with the work. What I do know,
Okay.
I do like it, and I saw the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it looked really good. And you
Mm-hmm.
do have to remember, this is James Gunn who gave us, Harley Quinn,
Mm-hmm.
Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Then
in his hands, this could be
mm-hmm.
something really cool.
What we learned, Randy, Harley Quinn is not in his DCU. He put it in there. It was not him. Harley Quinn and a Kite Man were I think they were greenlit before he got there, and he just kept them in because they were really
Oh.
good.
Okay. Well, he literally
Yeah.
put himself in it. He literally put
Yeah,
himself
yeah,
in it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
But
really
still,
worried about
I mean,
alienating me. Not
Good choice. He's
I would
is
say
a
good
taste
judgment call.
master.
That's what I was gonna say. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's better than saying that the Flash was the best superhero movie ever made.
Hey, that's old news, Randy. We can't talk about old
It is.
news.
But what I'm
That's
just
old news. We
saying,
can't talk about old news no more.
since we're talking,
We
since we're talking
know,
about
we
good
know they had a
decisions,
gun to his head. Days Savlov had a gun to his head and told him, "You're gonna say this is the greatest movie if you want this, if you want to be head of this universe." It's kind of like
I
his,
just always thought.
It's his Illuminati initiation.
I just thought he could have. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was like, why did he just say it was a good movie, not the best ever? But they had
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and Stephen King. They had anybody had a relationship with Warner Brothers. Like, this was just extraordinary. Like,
Oh
what?
Lord. Oh Lord.
But let's
Oh
get back to
Lord.
let's get back to the topic. Let's get
Oh,
back.
oh Lord. But
Uh
yeah, yeah.
keeping Harley Quinn in that universe was a good choice, but
Smart move.
also uh but also it looked good.
Hmm.
I thought, and James Gunn has that good sense of humor. And I think I read somewhere he wrote the first 7 episodes of the
Of
season
this. Yes.
coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
And he,
he said he thought he would have a problem green lighted by the guy that makes the decisions, and
he still
everybody
got to
just
make
start
the
laughing at
decision.
the table. Exactly. Everybody start laughing at the table.
I'm like, yeah, what are you talking about? You literally make the decisions. Who gonna tell you no?
He's like, man, I was worried about this getting greenlit with the person that makes the decisions, and everybody just start laughing. Yeah, but its debuts. It's gearing up for the December 5th debut.
Okay.
Um, on Max, so it is on Max. So they retained it. And Peter Safran's new DCU is almost here. The show stars the voice of Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., Ma- Maria Bakalova as Princess Ayana, David Harbour as Eric Frankenstein, Indira Varma as the bride, Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky, Sean Gunn as G.I. Robot and Weasel, and Steve Aggie as Economus, and Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus, and Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. So Viola Davis is reprising Amanda Waller. She should
Yeah,
always be Amanda
always
Waller.
be. But
Always.
but the thing is, DC animation is not the problem.
That is not the problem.
That's
But
not
this
the
is the
problem.
first thing in the DCEU.
So again, though, DC, the animation has never been a problem. So if this is successful, that's not a
Hmm.
problem. The problem
Yes.
is the live action.
There's something else he called out in his interview, right?
What
The
is that?
last scene of Peacemaker had the Justice League show up.
Yeah.
He said they're going to fix that.
What do you mean?
Justice League doesn't show up. They're going to fix it somehow. He said, don't worry about that because
Oh,
that's not his scene. He was supposed to put that scene in there, the
right.
continuation
And that
of
makes sense because the continuity, yeah.
it. Hmm.
The Justice League they thought was going to be their biggest property, and now he's coming in, he's remaking the whole universe. But yeah, I get that. But so like again, I trust DC animation as even if it's a part. He's now making DC animation a part of the DCEU, right? So I
Hmm.
get that. So it's going to be, but these, like I said, animation is never the problem for DC.
Never,
It's live action.
live
So
action. Yeah, yeah,
that's where
yeah,
that
yeah.
gap is.
And and the beautiful thing that he said he's doing, I'm not about telling origin stories.
We don't need any origin stories.
Never again. Never again.
Yeah, it would be it makes no sense to ever have a Superman or a Batman origin story ever again.
Or any superhero origin story. Just drop them into the world
Yeah,
and let us go.
right, right. Maybe something just to explain, but yeah, we don't need origin. We don't
No,
need
I don't
flow.
think we need that.
Sometimes it's interested to see how they got powers. I'm not. I don't
Man,
need.
but I'm okay with that. I just watched 4 seasons of The Boys, and I was okay with nobody how everybody got powers. All I know is they took some juice.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Something to that nature, like something to that
They
nature.
can just tell me that though. They don't
Right.
gotta show it to
Yeah.
me.
No, we don't have to. No.
I think with like newer superheroes, you have to have some sort of origin story, but like
Do you?
everybody knows Superman, Batman, Spider
Yeah.
Man's
Yeah.
Right.
origins, man.
Yeah. We.
Everybody, even the X-Men now, by this point, it's like they all know,
But
so I think you need to have some sort of like, yeah, how they got their powers. And
We have to have
I mean, it's still
some
part
sort
of
of
like,
explanation, a little
it's
bit.
like,
do you?
it's kind
Yeah.
of, but
I
it
mean,
informs the character, right? So
I
like
just watched Young
Daredevil,
Justice.
so like the way, Daredevil, his upbringing, how, I mean, that informs the character, right? So,
I don't need to see that. You can tell me something like that. When I was a kid, this happened to me. Okay,
mhm.
done. Over with.
I don't think we need long stretches of it or start at the this linear
I
at the
don't need
beginning.
two and a
But
half hours of you telling
right,
me how you got your
I
powers.
don't think we need that. But I do think we need some sort of explanation for certain
Maybe,
characters. For certain
maybe.
characters.
I watched Young Justice, which is one of the best animated series made.
But
And
those are
they didn't do an
der-
origin story of anyone.
but those are
People
derivatives of
die,
the main characters.
but you don't know their origin story. All
Yeah.
you know is you come in Young Justice season one, characters are living. You come back Young Justice season two, some of them are dead, new characters are there. You don't have any idea how they got there. They just talk about it. Even in Justice League, the cartoon, Justice League Unlimited,
Justice League Unlimited doesn't give any origin story.
no origin
But
story.
they trust that the characters they trusted that audience knew about these characters enough.
Some characters I had no idea who they were, where they came from, because I'm not
Like
in
for,
DC like that.
well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
That's true.
they showed up and they just did their thing,
Yeah.
and particularly villains.
They don't provide context of like who Green
Mm-mm,
Arrow is.
mm-mm,
Uh, there's several characters. Bruce is like we know he's from the future, but we don't know much about him in
mm.
this series
Yeah,
yet. Yeah.
yeah. Like Martian Manhunter shows up when nobody knows what's his story. You
Well,
don't find out about Martian Manhunter's story the second season.
we found out later on about the
In the
Martians.
second season, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really know
I
his
think we.
backstory.
I
All you
don't.
know is where he came from and why he came there.
Right. I don't think we need long
Hmm.
exposition of it, but I
Yeah.
do think we have to do something, especially if it's movies and people aren't familiar
Well,
with them.
movies, yeah, yeah. You, Rodney, and Randy, y'all may be very, very right on that because people like origin stories. My
Yeah.
God, they're going to relaunch Transformers and again. They did it. They did it 3 times already.
Well. But we don't need Batman, Superman, Spider Man.
Nah,
We don't
No,
need
no,
any more
no,
origin
no,
stories for
no.
those.
I mean,
no, none of those.
everybody knows that by
Yeah,
now.
everybody knows that. you know.
It's so funny we say everybody knows it because there
Man,
was a time that all of us grew up in. Nobody knew it but the nerds.
I felt like,
You know,
but they didn't make comic book movies.
but it also kind of reminds me of like, my nephews, they never really watched Lord of the Rings.
Hmm.
Now that I think they've watched them now, but before they already knew all the movies from memes.
Hmm.
The memes people would share, like,
Hmm.
and their friends would share. So I mean, it's kind of like I always remember having these stories about like in Game of Thrones, right, where they called Jaime Lannister the Kingslayer because it
Hmm.
was like in that world everybody knew who he was. This
Hmm.
is like cultural knowledge.
Hmm.
So like Lord of the Rings, these things, those are all cultural like knowledge. Those are a fabric of the society, you know. But there's the obscure stuff that so Batman, Superman, you know, uh, Spider-Man, their origin stories are like parts of the culture. Like
Yeah,
they
man.
are. It's like
We don't.
everyone knows. You know, the majority of people knows it. I think it's the ones that are just like really obscure that you know, like Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't know at all, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
for him to like, you know, show at least him getting taken as a kid,
Hmm.
that was enough, right? But like
Yes.
you still needed that, you know,
Yeah,
because it's
Yeah.
like okay, how do you explain this human amongst all these aliens, right?
Aliens. Yeah, that's true. That makes
Right.
sense. That makes sense. But it doesn't. It didn't
But it
deserve.
wasn't like the whole movie, but it was
Yeah.
like there needs to be at least that, you know,
a little
Yeah.
bit.
and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
done well, you know. So that's like I
Yeah.
think it's like we're kind of splitting hairs, but I think we're both agreeing, you know, somewhat because like
Yeah.
And going back to James Gunn did it well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
James Gunn did it well, where he
Yeah.
explained their origins enough that we're okay. Now we can enjoy the story, you know.
I,
Yeah,
I think there's a thing for origin scene slash explanation, and then an origin movie. Like, we don't need an origin movie any
yeah.
longer.
I don't think we need an
Right.
origin movie. No.
Origin scenes, explanation, like a flashback or something. We probably need that, you know, because I didn't even need to see the Guardians of the Galaxy him getting picked up at 9 years old. He's like 8 or 9, and then we follow him from 9 and have a whole movie from him from 9 to 20 something years old.
And we
We
didn't
didn't need
get
that.
that. Yeah,
We didn't need that,
yeah, no, yeah.
you
I
know.
don't know because I didn't know anything about Guardians coming in, so
Mm.
I needed some background.
Well, there's not much about Guardians.
You
They
know,
don't even have that story. They hadn't getting picked up as a kid, and
yeah,
then you see him as an adult.
yeah.
That's how a lot of comic books do it. And that's why I was like, do we really need these? Some of these origin stories, you know? But it's not like Transformers or G.I. Joe. Like they're talking about doing G.I. Joe all over again, resetting the whole entire thing. And I said, y'all don't make it as campy, as cheesy as G.I. Joe was, then what's the point? What's the point? Channing Tatum didn't sell me on it. Him and The Rock didn't sell me on G.I. Joe.
The GI
Cobra didn't have the super cool weapons,
the GI Joe movie, the second GI Joe movie was terrible.
you
The one
know?
with the Rock and Johnny Depp
Yes.
was terrible. It was terrible.
Mhm. The Snake Eyes movie was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was okay. Yeah, I would have loved to see it, but you know, we got Creatures Commandos. I'm glad they starting out with an animated series because this sets the tone for the universe.
And
And
animation
animation get away
DC
with so
strength.
much. You
Yeah,
get, you can get away with so much. So if it's gruesome and bloody, we can
yeah.
expect the universe being that way, except for a Superman movie where he's cat. He's so cat, so he ain't gonna happen.
See, we're gonna start with the Superman slander
He's
too.
cat. He's
We're gonna
cat.
start with the Superman slander. It's nothing
He can
cat
fix
about that.
everything, and he doesn't.
We're gonna start with the Superman slander.
He's cat. He's cat.
You're a hater. You're a hater. You're
You know,
you're
you
just
know, he lets Elon Musk live for no apparent reason after Elon Musk tries to kill him a million times over. Just laser eye the man.
he just can't go around killing people for the sake of killing people,
He
man.
can laser eye that man and drop him
And,
in the
and
ocean.
when he did that, Batman went against him.
Laser eye that man too. Man, that ain't special.
Then they become the Justice Lords, not the Justice League. They have whole
Man,
universe. They have
you're the reason this universe is messed up. You're the
they have whole
reason.
universes about that. The Justice Lords took
Oh,
over the universe.
oh Lord.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
I
then
don't
it
want.
is what it is.
Was Snake Eyes the one with Henry Golding, the guy
Yes.
from Crazy Rich Asians,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guy from The
Mhm.
Warrior was his brother,
Mm-hmm.
Koji.
Yeah. Koji Kondo. What's his name? Koji.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
his name?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Mhm.
you're talking about. But
Yeah.
so the funk is saying Snake Eyes was a big miss
I
Yeah, it
thought
to
was.
Snake Eyes was
him.
good.
I thought it was
Uh,
okay though.
yeah, okay. I
see.
like the first GI Joe movie. I didn't like the second one. I thought when they brought
People
in the Rock,
people didn't go see Snake Eyes for a certain reason. We're not gonna say what that reason is, but it was good.
Yeah, I thought when they brought in The Rock for like the second one, I was like, they just jumped the whole shark right here. And I thought Snake Eyes was decent.
The-
Yeah, the Funk Pop brought it too. After a whole bunch of Void Rivals, Transformers, and solo GI Joe character comic miniseries, the new Energon universe GI Joe team book just started last week.
Is that a crossover?
Yeah, it's a crossover.
G.I. Joe and
Transformers.
Transformers?
They've done it a number of times. They've done it a number of times.
Okay.
They've toyed with it. They've done mini series. DC does mini series, a lot of them where they cross over things like Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Uh, but I'm excited about that. Energon universe is talking about being greenlit for movies. That sounds exciting, actually. Yeah,
Man, I
join
don't want
Transformers in
any
what
more
universe?
Transformer movies unless they make a good one.
The Bumblebee was good.
Man, that's one out of like eight. That's a bad record.
It's the new one though. It's the new one. It's the latest one.
Oh, the
Uh,
latest one was Cybertron, which I
what
haven't
about
seen.
Transformers One?
One, prime, yeah,
yeah,
that's
Transformers
cool.
One. That's the newest one. So
And
I heard that's
Beast,
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Everybody I know says it's good. Like they
yeah,
say Transformers One is really
and then
yeah.
you
good.
That's
had the one
I've
with
heard a lot of good
Beast
things about
Wars.
Transformers One.
I heard it changes on you. Beast Wars was before though.
Yeah, but you said Bumblebee was the latest one. Bumblebee's like two back now.
Yeah, Beast Wars. That's right. Beast Wars did come after Bumblebee,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah, came out after.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
One of them
right.
has the guy from Hamilton, right? And from In the Heights. Um,
Yes, that's Beast Wars one.
is that the Beast Wars one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the Beast Wars one.
I can't even keep
that's what
track.
I'm saying.
Oh, that
They're
is
so bad.
true.
They're so bad.
Yeah, that was a horrible one. Oh, that was bad.
And the thing about it is, and I mean, some people in the chat might get at me, defunct Mike, because I know he's a Michael Bay fan. There's not been one good, well, I'm sorry, Bumblebee, but like that's the only one that's ever been good. They made like six bad movies.
Eight.
It's like
Transformers. The Transformer universe is long.
it's just like, geez, every live action version that they do is just bad. It's like Jesus. With all that great source material out there,
I know it, right?
they can't
They
even just make movies to say, you know what, this is for the fans. This is for the fans. They won't even do that. They're like, well, this works out better. And then they end up not, appealing to anybody. I
so
can't.
so so yeah, they had Transformers, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Transformers Age of Extinction, that's four. Transformers The Last King, that is the one with Optimus Prime riding the back
Fine, but
of Grimlock with a sword. That's five. Then it goes with the Travis Knight. He does Bumblebee, and he does a decent
yeah,
job.
Bumblebee is decent.
Bumblebee. And then they bring Stephen Caple Jr. in. He does
A Beast
Transformer
War.
Rise of Beast. Seven movies. So they're one out of seven.
Jesus.
Oh, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Oh,
What's the gross? Like, what do they make? Like all together?
They all
We
make
gotta,
money.
oh, they make
like,
it's
especially
several $1 billion.
overseas, right?
Yeah, they
Especially,
kill it. They crush it.
I mean, I
Mhm.
wonder how much it's made, like the whole Transformers franchise.
Pretty
I'm
sure
looking for it
they'll-
right now. I'm looking for it right now. Oh my God.
I mean, it's like,
Also, Um, the first one 709 million, the second one 836 million, the third one 1.1 billion, the second one 1.12 billion, the fourth one 1.10 billion, the fifth one 609 billion. I mean 609 million. Bumblebee 467 million. And Transformer Rise of the Beast, 441 million. They've made a total of $5 billion, 5.2 billion.
And the sad thing out of that, Bumblebee's the best one and grossed the least.
Gross the least. Hmm. So they spent 1.37
So,
to make them all, and they made $5 billion.
so the suits are like, fuck your opinions.
Fuck, exactly. Fuck you, fed.
Oh,
Fuck
y'all,
you. You know what? One of the best.
Bumblebee had the highest rating too. It's a 66 on Metacritic. So
And they
Metacritic
said,
gave
see, we
it.
gave y'all something you did like it. Nobody came to see it. This is Trump's America. This is why we got Trump. This is why we
This,
got Trump.
this proves when I talk about the greatest movie franchise of all time. This aligns with it.
They like, I ain't losing my job because you want to see your childhood come to fruition. Damn all that.
You want something
about
good?
that paper,
Fuck
man.
you. If the fans like it, if the super fans like it, then it's bad. Don't make it.
Right?
Hey, run the script by the super fans. I love it. This is gonna be a great Transformer movie. No, I throw that shit in the trash.
It's like it's like reverse it's like reverse audience tracking, right? It's like a reverse audience
yeah. Super fans love this shit. Hey, you know those nerds we hired to be all the super fans we hired? Put the script in the room and see how they react. If they're not clawing at it, they're not turning red with anger, then it's not good.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry. This really makes me mad, man. I gotta go to bed a little bit, and this makes me angry.
Yeah, get all those Transformer nerds. We pay all of them $40,000 to go in a room and brag and talk about Transformers. They're writers. Write the first script and put it in that room. Oh, they look happy with it. Oh, that shit ain't what we're doing, DN.
Hey, what we doing?
We see the bangs pop out their necks. That's what we're doing. Look for the vein.
And they like, we got $5 billion in receipts. And the only one that they like was not the successful one.
Not the one we gave you, nerds.
Terrible. This is terrible world we live in.
Oh, that was great. That's great. That's great. Let's hope James Gunn doesn't play by that rule. Let's hope he doesn't do it. James Gunn may be fired in the first 5 years. Who knows?
Nah, that the assurance was saying that Flash was the greatest superhero movie ever. If you don't get some sort of leeway for that, man, you just dumb.
I told you that's his initiation into the Illuminati right there. We need you to go on. We don't know if you're with us, James. I'm with y'all. Y'all made me the head. You need to go on TV and say Flash is the greatest superhero movie. Then we need you to tweet that shit so it'll last forever.
$5 billion, man.
$5 billion.
That's a lot
of money.
Yeah, man.
A lot of money.
And
they
you gotta
spent
figure I was gonna say how much of the budget. So you probably figure 250 million per movie. Let's say 100 million in marketing, so 350 million per movie. They're still clearing billions. And
that ain't even including
billions.
merchandise.
They
merchandising is where they clean up at.
Oh yeah. They spent 1.33 billion.
What the fuck
they
do
made
we know?
5.2 billion.
Right.
What do you nerds know?
What the
We
fuck
made 5.28 billion, so 5.3 billion, and we spent 1.3 billion. We made $4 billion.
We can't tell them shit. We can't tell them shit.
$4
They and they Kanye's. You can't tell me
nothing. We made $4 billion.
Yeah.
What the hell y'all know about anything?
Yeah, we don't know a damn thing.
The fun comes in. A lot of TF starting with the third one benefited from premium tickets for IMAX, 3D, 4DX. Yeah, they benefited and people showed up for that shit. They showed up. People said, "Hey,
I
I'm gonna spend $25 for this Transformers ticket," and went in there and came out saying, "I had a good time with that movie." They're like, "Who was the Transformers?" I don't know who was who, but I enjoyed it.
I still haven't seen a 4DX movie. I still want to see it.
They're fun. They're fun.
Yeah,
you have to get one. You have to get one with the moving seats.
I just gotta figure out like which movie would be really good to see in 4DX.
Any Mad Max movie.
Any Mad Max movie?
Any
Okay.
Mad Max movie be good. Any
But they only
I,
show like the newer stuff,
they
right?
do. They do only show the newer stuff. What's
Some
coming
of
out soon?
it.
Upcoming winter movies. We have to have upcoming. What's upcoming winter movies?
Well, I mean, Gladiator's coming out.
Wicked's coming out.
Wicked's coming out. Well, they're both coming
Um,
out.
yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Gladiator or Wicked would be good ones. You know, Gladiator. People love Gladiator. That movie has so many flaws in it. It's so many
Define said, "Do
flaws.
not see 40X. You'll be rattled and wet the whole time.
Yeah,
Forget
yeah.
enjoying any snacks or
You
drinks."
got to do it. You got to do it, Rodney. You
I
got to
see,
do.
like,
But you can do a D box. You can do just D box though too. You can do just D box.
well, I mean, I was gonna say earlier, we kind of got distracted by the box office talk, but the one of the best Transformers films I've seen was actually the Transformers ride at Universal Studios. That's
Right?
actually like really fun.
It
Like,
is
it's
fun.
actually really really fun. So, and I get
It
it,
is fun.
and it's interesting because like they have all this like immersive stuff at Universal where like the tram ride you go into and then like Fast and Furious, there's a Fast and Furious part, and you go in the side of a building and then all of a sudden like you're inside the movie and it's really cool. Like that's really really cool. Like I hadn't been there. This is like I don't know 5 years ago now. It's like the 1st time I've been back in like 20 years. And then they had that. So they had the Fast and Furious. I think they had a Transformers. They had a King Kong portion where it's like the tram ride. All of a sudden, you're in this like there are LED screens all around you, and you're like bouncing around, and it was dope. It was really really dope.
Yeah. You I like the train ride in California better because it does pull you into the ride itself. That is the ride. You go to Universal in Orlando, it's not as exciting.
Mm.
They talk about that ride, and it was the CCO's claim to fame. But man, that Jason Bourne is impressive. I don't know what the funk thinks about it, but I was like, this is interesting. It's a little
The
theater
ride or the
thing.
movie?
No, it's a ride.
Okay.
It's an attraction, not a ride. It's an attraction at Universal Studios. And I thought it was interesting. The funk said Dolby has fantastic butt kicker seats too that don't shake your popcorn out of your lap or stab you with your drink straw. That's true. They don't have that. It had something just to rumble in your seat, just a little butt kicker in your seat. But the 4D chair, it moves because it moves to the sound effects. Oh, Rodney, a movie would be good to see that in?
What is that?
Uh, the Fast and the Furious movie would be good to see in 4D.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
think
kind of
he
cool.
said these things to troll me.
No,
I
it'd be good to
do.
see in 4D.
I don't
I
care.
might see it. I might see
Fast
something like
and
that.
Furious comes up too much on this network, and I think you all are just personally
Because we live,
attacking me
because we
every time
live,
y'all bring it up.
Randy. It's because we live our life a quarter mile at a time. All right.
Yeah, a quarter mile at a time.
All right.
Every
Try-
episode,
Try. You cannot talk.
every show on
You
this
must
network.
respect the way we live our lives.
A quarter
Bring
mile
it
at a
Because we
And
live
y'all
our
do it-
lives a quarter mile at a time. All right.
time.
Y'all do it for specifically to attack me. I know it's what it is. I look at the rundown sheet, and it's not on none of them, but it makes it way.
It makes
It's
its way.
full of conversation.
It makes its way.
It is. It's watch your face cringe and get angry. It's like saying Owen Wilson's name to me and I'm thinking about him. It's like, oh, I want to beat you up, old man. I tell you, he may be the greatest person in the world. He may be the coolest person in the
man.
world.
It'd be kind of cool to see. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that because then it would like I'd be like distracted. The horrible story would be. I would get.
Story's gonna be bad.
But
Story's
that's what
gonna
I'm
be
saying. Like
bad.
the horrible story, the crazy stunts. I'd be distracted by the bouncing around the seats and getting water splashed in my face. Yeah.
Dang, the funk called you out. He
I
said,
know,
what
says
I'm
I'm
hearing is
confused.
Randy refuses to support Asians.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
my God.
oh, that's true. That's true.
It's not true.
You refuse.
Oh
Oh my
Lord.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It does good in Asia. Why don't you like it? There's a billion people that love this stuff,
Yeah.
Randy.
It is.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Going back to the Transformers box office, I'm sure that's where like all the money was from.
All their money's coming from.
It
People
was
that are
from
not emotionally
China.
tied. Some people that are not emotionally
Right,
attached
because
to
they
this
just see
stuff.
like big ass
Yeah.
robots
Big
fucking
ass robots fighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they
So,
kind of created that genre, so you know what I'm saying. It's like,
I
yeah,
It kind of
mean,
it
this
did
is
give you trying to.
ours.
that's why it's surprising. This was sad to me that Pacific Rim didn't do better. You know, like
Me too.
Pacific Rim just should have been so much better, man.
That
Yeah.
series had so much heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the movies were good. The second one, how they made the Jaegers and how they formed
Yeah.
together, become super Jaeger. Like
He
it was so
used
dope.
he
The kaiju
used
forming together.
he used an oil tanker as a freaking bat against a
Yes.
kaiju, man. Come on.
Yes. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. There were so many smart
Should have done
things they
so much
did.
better. Yeah, they should have
Oh
done so much
man.
better than they did.
Man. It's kind of like the Power Rangers movie. I thought the Power Rangers movie should have done better. I really liked it. I said I heard the Power Rangers movies on streaming, and I watched it, and I was like, why did I not like this? I shouldn't even like this. I like this way too much.
I even remember the early Power Rangers movies that came out with like late 90s. They were
Uh-huh.
good, man.
Were they?
They were good.
Ah man.
I grew up watching Power Rangers. I know you didn't grow up watching Power
Nah, I
Rangers.
didn't grow up on Power Rangers. I was into girls by then.
You know.
Girls ruined everything. They ruined
Oh,
it.
Defunct just said it. We should see the next Mission Impossible in 40X.
Yes, that is the one to
That's
see.
the one.
That's the one to see. It's the final movie too, so you know that man tried to
Well,
kill
it's not the
himself in it.
final. It's gonna be final version.
Oh, I thought it was the final.
It's not gonna be the final. Final record is not gonna be.
I don't reckon it is
That guy is never gonna quit.
He's never gonna quit.
He's
He
not
till
gonna
he kill
quit.
himself.
No.
Till he kill himself. He's
Yeah.
until
So-
he
Oh
kills
yeah.
himself.
No, Tom Cruise ain't going out. Yeah, Tom Cruise ain't going
Until he
out.
kills
That'd be kind
himself.
because that movie that looks dope, man. After that trailer, it's gonna be
it looks amazing.
It's gonna
It's
like buzz
spectacle.
the wall, man. So
Yeah, the story ain't gonna make no sense, but it's okay.
none
We
of
gave
them
up on the
really
infant.
do when you really sit and think about them. They're just like
Nothing.
they're all just MacGuffins, and he has
Uh-huh.
to do something, and then okay,
There's nothing burgers
Yeah.
all day long. Nothing. At least in Fast and the Furious, you get something out of them. Family.
I'm back with it.
Ah, oh, oh. We got another good story, you guys. Magic the Gathering fans raised $2.1 million for cancer research to honor late Commander creator. So fans of Magic the Gathering raised over $2.1 million for the American Cancer Society to honor the late Sheldon Minery, creator of the massive popular Commander format of Magic the Gathering. Minery passed last year due to cancer.
Oh,
How long we gonna wait till Donald Trump steals that from him?
oh damn. Damn.
Man, he says he don't trust scientists and he don't back science research. Ta-da!
Well, hey,
Mm.
man.
I mean, he
No.
has stolen from
Yeah,
charity.
stolen
That's all
money.
he does is steal, but you know,
stolen
damn, Chuck
from his
came up
own-
the top
I
belt
mean-
buckle. Like,
I mean,
That's it.
it's a great story, you know.
I- To be fair, he stole it from his own charity, not from somebody else's charity.
That's true. That's true.
So this is
You're
somebody
right.
else's charity. So
That's true. That's
Well,
true.
it
He
might
stole
be
from his own
okay.
family, but now in America's his family.
yeah.
this is pretty dope, though. This is
It is
really
dope.
cool. Like,
Yeah,
It
man.
is
I
dope.
think this is like when they do stuff like this in sort of
Mhm.
like it just shows like how powerful the community can be. You know,
Yes.
like that's really cool, man. I love hearing
Yeah, it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'd known about it, I would have invested in it too.
Yeah. I mean, like right
You know?
now they're doing a thing where there was a Netflix documentary about a kid that had MS and he died, but he played WoW, and it's turned into a Netflix documentary. I think we covered it like a few
Yeah.
weeks ago. But they have, they have that like you buy an in-game pet in his honor, and it goes straight to the charity. And I'm
That's
like,
That's
dope.
yeah,
beautiful.
it's really cool. And then like I
That's
know like
beautiful.
Dota does it too, where like they say, okay, buy these in-game things, and then that's the prize pool for the esports. You know,
Yeah.
so like they're supporting the game, but also supporting the esport, and they're watching
Esports.
these players make like millions of dollars. So like that's really cool. Like just the ideas like Kickstarter, crowdfunding,
Yep.
charity things like this. Like, yeah, this is dope,
This is gonna go
man.
into our last story, and it's not on the list, but we're gonna talk about it. Because as much as people hate the guy that he plays a really good heel, Jake Paul gives a lot of money to charities and stuff as well. And he gave some money to this to charity for this fight. And he owes Mike Tyson $5 million too on the side too. Um, but the fight we saw this Friday of Mike Tyson and Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul.
What y'all think of that?
The fight to me went off just as I anticipated.
Okay.
Literally, that's Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson my whole life. I've bought fights and been over. I spent $50 and it been over in 90 seconds. Mike Tyson is a whole living legend. But Mike Tyson is still 58 years old, and
Okay.
Jake Paul is 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And despite people not liking him, Jake Paul is a professional fighter. He's
Mm-hmm.
not an elite. He's
He's
not
not a
an
world
elite
class fighter.
professional
He's not a
fighter.
world class.
He's not a world class elite, but he is a professional fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no 58-year-old needs to be in the ring getting punched in the face. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yep. Yep. But they said that that fight was tied to some charities as well. Like he donated a lot of money to charities,
I
a
can believe
variety of
that.
charities and stuff.
Yeah.
And he played a really good heel, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody likes his face. He knows that. He recognizes that. And him and his brother lean on it. Um, him coming into Phil Collins though.
In the green hoop ride.
It
Yeah. Hey,
was
they
overkill at that point.
said he made $40 million. Hey, I'd be a heel for $40 million.
$40 million, I would be a heel too. And he told Mike in a previous interview on stream, he said, Mike, if you can last me on the third round with me, I'll give you an extra $5 million. So Mike Tyson came out with like $25 million.
Hey, so like if Mike, and I don't know Mike's financial situation, but if Mike needed money and Jake set this up, how else would Mike have gotten a $20 million payday?
Nowhere else. No way
Right.
else. No way else.
25 million. So actually him kind of doing this, I don't know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way Mike could get any of that money. It'd been
Right.
gone.
You know?
It'd have been gone for
I mean,
good.
don't get me wrong, Jake benefited like he got 40 million. So, he benefit, but
Should Jake?
I mean, that's
Should
like
Jake?
40 million just on the ticket, right?
right.
Just on the
Right.
ticket.
I,
Just on the
they've got a
ticket.
bunch of other stuff. Like I'm sure they were selling. They had sponsorships and
Yeah.
all this stuff, dude. So they probably cleared. All said and done, it's probably going to be up there, even
Yeah.
more, like 60 million.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's crazy, but it's yeah. I mean, to call it like I don't know. It's just like call it what it is, though. It's like wrestling. It's
It is like wrestling.
we
it's
had to know that.
scripted. It's scripted wrestling, right? Like, but yeah,
We had to know. Come on. I'm sorry. People just, I don't know. I felt like people thought more than what it was. The guy is 58 years old, man.
He is
Come on.
58 years old.
Come on. Like, what do we expect?
He is 58 years old.
What do people really expect?
They I just wanted to see Jake Paul hard one time and make him feel see the lights of God in his eyes. Like, holy crap, this
Well,
old man can hit his ass off.
we kind of got that with the smack. The smack was the prelude up to that, but
No, I want one of Mike Tyson. Well, Mike could, they said they claimed the contract claims that he's not allowed to do uppercuts. He's not allowed to do this. He can't do this.
I heard he just
Uh,
couldn't knock him out. But we don't even know if that's true or
well,
not.
Jake said he didn't hit hard. Mike probably didn't hit him hard because it didn't
Yeah.
look like hard hits. Neither one of them looked like they were giving devastating blows like
No,
the
I didn't think they were.
heavyweights.
I didn't think they were.
And it's not that I don't think Mike can do it. I think he can't do it because he's 58 years old. He's not gonna punch like Fury or he's gonna punch like Deontay. He's not gonna punch like them.
Yeah, he's not that anymore. He's
He's not
not
that.
that. He's damn near a senior citizen, guys.
But anyway, there's a lot good to come out the fight. There's a lot of charities attached to it. Everybody wishes they took the Celsius, the Celsius, whatchamacallit, the promotion money, because everybody heard Celsius had, people were like, Celsius has cyanide in it and blah 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 blah. And Celsius was like, no, we're better than Gatorade. We're
Mm.
safer for you than Gatorade. And everybody talked really bad about it, and Celsius held it up all night long. And they were like, dang, I should have had like Joe Budden's like, we should took that Celsius promotion. They're offering us millions and millions of dollars. Even Double Toasted said they should have took it. Nobody took it.
Mm.
So it's really interesting. It's really interesting. But yeah, they did a lot during that Netflix stream. First time we all seen Netflix break.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
was down. Mine,
Yeah.
I couldn't bring it up.
Yep. And we watched together because mine was behind.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
So
supposed to get the NFL on Christmas, so
Christmas, boy, they
they
gotta
got a
figure
lot
that
of work
out.
to do between now and then.
Yep. They say 63 million people showed up for it.
Yeah,
63 million.
that's huge for a sporting event. That's
That
huge.
is
Super Bowl is
huge.
the biggest, and it's 100 million. But that's the
Man,
biggest. You
I
know.
think I think the best thing about it was when Mike came out and how many people cheered for him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't think people loved him that much.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's a whole legend, man.
Yeah, he is. He is. But he thinks people, think he's an oddity. Like he's like a
He
zoo
is,
creature. He's
but
like a
he
zoo
is.
creature. But he's not.
He
He's a
is.
human and he came out there and people were excited to see him.
But agree. But all of that's around the spectacle of like that is Mike
Who
Tyson.
Mike Tyson is.
Yeah, like
Look,
like
you know
I
more
was
about
telling
Mike Tyson
somebody,
than
I was like, Mike hadn't exactly lived a very quiet life. Like, if there's ever been a human being that lived out loud, it's been Mike Tyson. You know what
that's
I'm
true.
saying?
That's true. That's true.
And
But
we
you know
do.
more about Mike Tyson than most people do, though.
And that could be true. But
Yeah.
I got all the respect. Like I said, I thought for him to get into shape to be able to do this,
Man, he looked amazing.
it's just phenomenal. Right.
People
Just
like he had back rows. I'm like, he's 58 years old. He looks
8 years
amazing.
old.
He got me up this morning. He's the reason I got up
Me
this morning and went
too.
walking. I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
me too,
I
cuz.
gotta get
Me
on it. I
too.
gotta get on it. I gotta get on it. Mike Tyson, let me
Mike,
know I can be a whole specimen out here.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
can be a
man.
whole specimen
I
out
did some
here.
push-ups, went walking and
Man,
work. Yeah, man.
man, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I may call you on my walk.
Hey,
Eh,
yeah,
Man, I'm trying to get in my Tyson era.
hey.
People don't understand too. He had a medical problem,
Yeah,
and he had blood transfusion. When they transfused half his blood out,
yeah.
and then he hurt his knee. On
Yeah,
top of
I didn't
that, and he
even
still
think it
came out
was going
here.
to happen. Like when he got,
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, this is over with." But he willed himself to like,
willed it,
yeah, and
willed
make
it.
this come. I was like, "Yeah." That's what I heard people talking about. I was like, "Man, Mike Tyson, a whole phenom out here. 58-year-old man got in the ring with a 27-year-old after having blood transition and looked in remarkable physical shape." We're witnessing something that was dope, and I don't know if
Yeah,
people
all
really
that. I
appreciate.
tell everybody, I said, y'all know how dope that is.
Yeah, I don't know
What
if
he
people
what he
really
proved.
appreciated it.
Like, man.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, he didn't hit like he did when he was 20. Okay.
You do anything like you did at 25, you better get the hell out of my face, man.
And that's so funny. The person that said that to me doesn't even walk like he walked when he was 25. I said, you don't even walk the same way. You do that every day.
Yeah. Oh, and that's right. Mark said the NFL is getting Beyonce at halftime. Man, they better, hey, don't let the Beehive, they better not mess up on that stream live during the Beehive, boy. Netflix does not want that type of smoke.
Yep. Netflix doesn't want that. They better get Beyonce right on Christmas. Boy, boy, boy. So we'll see. Anything you want to share with the people, Randy?
What are we doing? Wednesday we're doing Penguin. So
Yeah,
for Geek Beast
HBO
after
Max's
no
Penguin. Well,
for I'm
Max's
sorry
Penguin.
for binge worthy we're doing Penguin for binge worthy. So Wednesday come back and hear what we got to say about the Penguin.
Which is I only seen the first episode so far. I may not be there with y'all, but it looks phenomenal. That first episode, I was like, yeah, I get this universe. Batman don't want no smoke in this universe. Now I know why he beats up on homeless people.
Oh God.
With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Shout outs to the Funk for curating all our stories. Shout out to Writing for being our technical producer. Shout out to Digital Click for doing all our overlays and our designs for our marketing materials. If you need any marketing materials, whatnot, please hit up Digital Click. Shout out to Mark for coming in the chat. The Funk for coming in the chat as well. And shout out to all our fans. Please share us with your friends, family, whatnot. Subscribe to us, like us, and share us to everybody. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you all on Wednesday where we're having Geek Beast and we have Binge Worthy where we'll be covering Max's The Penguin. Peace.
Peace.